Hey, what's up, man? So we got Onsight Deeda in the building. What's up, bro?
What's down with it, brother?
Good, man. Good, man. You making a lot of waves out here, bro?
Nah, for sure.
Nah, for real, you really do your thing. I had to say that part, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, man, I want to get into some questions, man, and some things about you, man. I know you're getting a lot of good new fans out there. A lot of people learning about your experience, be it from them viral moments in the past or your new song, Dada, that you just dropped.
Right.
But I wanted to start off a little bit with your backstory. So what's your backstory?
Man, pretty much, man, just going through it, like, you feel me, like, trials and tribulations, like, time after time, you feel me?
Yeah, no, I get it. And I mean, like, what's your upbringing? Like, you come from a relatively small town, and excuse me if I get this wrong. Is it Abbeville or Abbeville?
No, Abbeville.
Abbeville? Okay. Now, what was it like coming up in Abbeville?
Man, you know, pretty much the basic, you feel me, like, small town, a lot of going on, you feel me, like, man, I'm just got, like, you feel me, running through the hood, new shoes, bottle glass in my feet, you feel me, like, that's what it is, like.
Now, what I noticed is, man, you talked about this in other interviews. You talked about how growing up in Abbeville, you know, it was kind of a weird dynamic because even though it was a smaller town, there was a lot of gangster stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know you put a lot of that past, you know, in your past or whatever, you focused on your music, but did that have a profound effect on, you know, how the artist that you've become today?
Almost definitely, you feel me? Like, I feel like we creatures of our habitat, you feel me? So it's like, wherever you at, you got no choice but to adapt to it, like, you feel me? Like, whatever you surround yourself in, like, we're gonna take it in and just move according to that, you feel me?
Yeah. Now, you were in a couple of widely publicized situations that we're going to get into later, man. And we ain't going to delve into the past too much, you know what I'm saying? Because we talk about the future, because you're doing big things right here, like I said. But, man, I want to know about some of the challenges maybe that you faced growing up.
As far as what?
As far as, like, growing up in Abbeville, eventually getting into rap, and, you know, some of the things like maybe, you know, like in the streets or whatnot that you might have had to put past you.
I mean, like, as far as me, myself, and I would assume, like, every individual growing up in a neighborhood as I grew up in, like, there's always going to be challenges, there's always going to be another situation that you got to face, you know, and just stand as a man, you feel me, stand on all 10 as you going through it, you feel me? So it's like, I can't really just say specifically a situation, but man, it still to the day, it's challenge after challenge after challenge, like, you feel me? And there's always a thinking game, like, you gotta know how to outlast the next out here, you feel me? Cause, like I see, man, it's chestnut checkers, you feel me? Like, we really, at this point, we looking for longevity, bro, like, so it's all about me outthinking the next guy, you feel me?
Nice, man. And I'm glad that you were able to talk about that in a way of progression, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're growing as an individual, which shows a lot. You got a lot on the plate, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's been documented or well documented were the charges and the indictment that you had back in the day. Now, you've gone viral. I've seen you on several different interviews or whatnot talking about that situation. So I don't want to go into that in ad nauseum or, you know, just repetitive or whatnot. But, man, could you talk about that time period? Because at that time period, I think you first focused on music as well, if I'm correct.
Right. So, but, man, like, for that, I ain't gonna lie, like, that was one of the toughest times in my life, like, as far as, like, man, all around the board just been, when it came to friends and family, like, they didn't want no parts of me, when it came to, like, just financially, like, you feel me, like, I ain't got no way to get no paper, you feel me, like, I ain't got no contact with my family at all, like, my parents, none of that, like, I ain't got no contact with my big homies who will be looking out for me at the time, like, man, I'm just out there by myself, like, you feel me, like, every other night, me and my pilot truck deal, we sleeping in the park, like, you feel me, like, man, that was the hardest time of my life, bro, you feel me? I just thank God I got to get through it, you feel me?
That's crazy, man. Now, you said you were actually sleeping in a park?
Nah, for sure.
Like, man, what were the events that led up to that? Was it just a whole bunch of stuff going on where you felt like that was the only way to make it day to day, or was it just?
Nah, really, like, every spot we going to, like, and don't get me wrong, like, you know, I had a couple real partners who was, you know, they took us in there like that, like, my big brother Chi, like, you feel me? He was one of the few who let him come to the crib and like that, but it's like, every spot I'm going to, eventually, the law is hitting this, you feel me? So it's like, man, I ran out of options at that time. Like, so we went for what we knew. Like, you feel me? We just thugged in the park. You feel me? Man, that's just how it was. Like, you feel me?
Now, how long did you go through that situation before you started to really focus on music and things started to change?
Man, well, at that time, I stayed for that. I was on the run for like 3 months, then I turned myself in for real. But it really, man, honestly, like, I can honestly say, like, as a 100% focusing on music, like, I'm about to give it my all, I ain't really sit down and figure that out and agree to that with myself and with God until this time I came on right here. You feel me? Like, that's when I decided, like, me knowing I'm about to come home, like, they call my name, like, look, Peggy, shit, you about to come home, we just waiting on the bus to come get you. Man, I swear to God, I got on my knees and I really prayed to God. Like, everybody trying to holler at me because I'm about to dip, but I was like, man, yo, hold on right quick. I went catch a corner by myself in my knees and just pray, knowing that I'm coming home to a lot of shit, like, a lot of negative shit, a lot of shit I got to outthink and overcome, you feel me? But at the same time, like, man, I just really got on my knees and just prayed to God and asked him, like God, just give me an opportunity to change my life, you feel me, and really move how I need to, you feel me? And like I said, like, when I came home, man, within a month and a half, like, God answered my prayers for real, you feel me?
Okay. So, man, you kind of built it, well, not even built that situation. You actually prayed that situation into existence,
Right.
which I'm pretty sure is going to touch a lot of people out there. Because, you know, especially in the hip hop community, there's a lot of people, we listen to the music, we love the music, but there's a religious base to them. And to hear that worked out for you and that was your inspiration, man, that's saying a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's saying a lot.